the chairman of the Australian Turf Club, John Cornish, and is this a day that you've been wanting to happen for a long while, John?
A lot of work's gone into it, Richard, and it's a happy day to see that it's now going to happen. But it has been a rough road, and I must say it's been worthwhile, very much worthwhile for me personally.
The ATC owned 50% of TVN. I think originally you were hoping just to sign your rights. Are you happy now that the entire state's all seems to be harmonious?
Yeah, I think that was the answer. Providing you got the rest of it right, it was time for us to put those rights in and aggregate them.
Obviously, we keep hearing it's an historic day and a landmark day. It obviously gives New South Wales, along with the ATC and Racing Victoria, that little bit more clout no matter what negotiating table they're at.
Yeah, look, Richard, there's so much happening in our industry, isn't there, on a lot of fronts, and this was lagging behind, I think, this part of it. So now we can go forward with this is really our public face, you guys, and I think it's important that we had got that right, the management that sits behind your presenters, say, and put in simple terms, and then we look very quickly and by using this model to get into Asia and to expand our horizons, and all of us, this new media, wow, who knows where that's going, but I know you're into it.
You spoke about a hard road, obviously with Racing New South Wales controlling the rights of provincial and country, plenty of head knocking over the negotiating table.
Oh, there's no good deal being done on this earth that doesn't cop a bit of that, Richard. And that's usually for the better because it gets out in the open. You have an honest conversation. You don't hold anything back. That's the way it should be. And at the end of it, you shake hands and move on.
So what does it mean actually for, say, the Australian Turf Club, this signing today, John?
I think so many things, Richard, really. I mean, I'm focused, as you know, on bringing people back to the races as such. I'm not focused so much on them sitting in some club or pub or whatever watching it there. So I guess my motives are a little different than many others. So the broadcast is really important on and off course. Absolutely. No, don't take anything away from that. But I need to see that extended, what you guys do, extended as promoters into the racetrack itself and build that side of it up because that's been a bit forgotten.
And obviously with the signing and with both states and the ATC, and hopefully more money will come through to the racing industry.
Yeah, I think that's a given. Yeah, I think there's the ability to earn clips of tickets from lots of places, Richard, as they say, like a bus ride or something. But that's the modern terminology. But yes, income streams will change and be greater. And can you imagine if we get into China with our broadcast and our wagering? Wow,
Can I just make an observation of all the people on the board? Everyone seemed happy with the decision today. I know you were happy, but you look the most worn out.
Got a few other things in my mind, Rich, that I might tell you, but there's a lot of projects that the ATCs are getting, heavily involved in. Some of your pet subjects, we're getting to a position where we can talk about them soon. But, we have 3 other race tracks. They all need help. They all need decent management and decent facilities. We're just not concentrating on one. And we've got a nice team of people now working on all of that. So, yeah, a lot's coming together at once. And plus the recent changes in the economy, the budget announced affects us in some ways, and all of that has to be considered, and we are considering it, and we're trying to move forward as fast as we can.
Just quickly, with the new board, the ATC will have direct representation on the board. Will that be part of your executive team or your board members that will sit on the TVN board?
Not decided yet, and my board, which is now a small board, as you realise, will make that decision quite easily. But look, we've had people like Laurie Macri, for instance, to spend a lot of his time. Laurie, myself, and Darren have had more trips to Melbourne than we would normally have, and I think that would be, for me anyway, a place that Laurie should pursue if he wants to. I think it would be correct to have Darren in there, particularly at the early stage where you're doing due diligence on something you haven't been able to have a look at for a long time. So, I mean, I'm speaking very openly to you, but Laurie's effort's been Herculean, and I think he'd be the right person. He'd be the person I'd put up for the position.
In other words, a good day, and I suppose a day that probably had to happen, aggregation of rights. I think a lot of people believed it was right, just we never thought we'd get to the final decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were close there a year ago doing it, and I think we ticked off most of the boxes then. And of course, the regulator, wanted to get involved at that stage, and that's John Sarah's style, and fair enough. I mean, he is controlling the bureaucratic side of it very strongly, and he's not a bureaucrat, as we both know. I mean, he's more of a commercial bureaucrat, if there's such a thing. So I think it's a good result at the end of the day. They bought into it, and they brought the Victorians closer to a resolution, and I think everybody's going to walk away happy.
Good luck, mate.
Thanks very much, Richard.